Welcome to Aspen. Here on Aspen Mountain, where the heavens meet the earth, a skier's dreams can all come true. Even though springtime is a virtual paradise offering premier skiing in the Colorado Rockies, you quickly learn to respect the mountain with names of slopes such as the Berlin Wall, Corkscrew Gully, Elevator Shaft, and the notorious Ridge of Bell. With the exception of a few gracefully sloping intermediate runs like Ruthie's, Aspen Mountain is comprised of all blue and black trails, which can have you all black and blue by the time you reach the bottom. We'll be skiing today with two longtime Aspen locals, Greg Gerber and Bill O'Leary. Gerber, who went to high school in Aspen and to college near Taos, New Mexico, has been teaching skiing here for the last 12 years. Greg spends most of his time in Aspen Mountain specializing in moguls and difficult terrain. O'Leary spent much of the mid-'70s touring on the World Freestyle Circuit and was #1 in the world in 1975. He's also been skiing in Aspen for the last 12 years on a regular basis and is considered one of Aspen's best. Greg will give you a few tips, but mostly demonstrate his technique through imagery, which is the best way to learn. So let's get an image and have some fun. With a 3,000-foot vertical drop, Aspen Mountain rises to 11,300 feet, with surrounding peaks of 14,000 feet. There, you can always enjoy excellent light Colorado snow.
Folks, it's always a good idea to start up in the morning, loosen it up, get the blood going a little bit. Okay, it's a good one to get your legs kind of stretched. You want to stretch and hold. Stretch and hold. Okay, the pole's out of the hands here. Now let's get the upper body going a little bit. Turning your head as you rotate your body. Don't want any stiff necks. Stretch the back. So loosen you up every morning. You do this before you start out skiing at the top of the lift. But it'll get you on the middle of your skis. Just jump around on your feet a little bit, and then you're ready to go.
Generally, we begin our day by doing big round turns, or giant slalom turns as they are commonly known. GS turns accomplish several points. First and foremost, it establishes your technique and allows you to get comfortable in your skis and boots. Second, by carving wide turns, it allows you more reaction time to get used to the snow on the mountain. Finally, like exercise, by gradually becoming accustomed to the mountain, testing your equipment, and most importantly, becoming aware of your physical conditioning, you prepare yourself for the more difficult trails. Part of this preparation requires an ability to watch other skiers effectively. By creating a visual image of your instructor's movements, along with practice and persistence, you will soon be able to reproduce them on your own. It's almost like learning the steps and body movements in a dance routine. You can learn a great deal by skiing behind a good instructor and following in his tracks. When following someone else, you don't have to concentrate as much and can simply react by imitating what you see. The more time you spend getting an image, the better you'll feel recreating it. This will also help build self-confidence until all the right moves become automatic. On overcast days, when the light tends to be flat, it's easier to see when you ski closer to the trees. Independent leg action, coupled with an up and down motion, remembering to always keep your weight on the downhill ski, helps to get an edge while carving your turns. This not only controls your velocity, but also helps to establish a smooth and flowing rhythm. The up motion starts your turn, while the down motion finishes it. Once again, we begin our turn with an up motion and finish it with a down motion. A simple analogy is the similarity to riding a bicycle. The pressure applied to the pedal is the same motion attempted in carving your turns down the slope. As you push down on the downhill ski while finishing your turn, you anticipate the next turn by simultaneously lifting up and transferring your weight to your new downhill ski.
Olé!
This is the notorious Ridge of Bell. The bell bumps will bring anyone to their knees. Watch Bill's hands as he plants his poles and notice how he keeps his upper body nice and still. To assure proper balance, your upper body should always face down the hill, the fall line. Keep your shoulders straight but relaxed hands and arms in front of you. Gravity is the force that moves a skier down the hill, and his edge acts as a brake to decrease his speed or velocity. The upper body must remain pointed downhill. This prepares the skier to anticipate his next turn and enables him to be selective as he carves his way down the slope. Eliminate all unnecessary moves. Subtle, well-defined movements allow the skis to work for you. Once you've mastered the techniques of skiing, you're able to anticipate your next move by staying one step ahead of your next turn and pole plant. Look for your second turn by picking a line down the mountain and reach down the hill for your next pole plant. Hands are always in front, shoulders straight forward. The steeper the terrain, the more you must bend your knees. You'll find this especially true with steeper or heavy mogul runs. Keep your weight on the downhill ski with knees bent. Your uphill ski will slide in next to the downhill ski and remain parallel. Pole plants are also very subtle, usually nothing more than a flick of the wrist, unless, of course, you're on steeper terrain where you must reach down the hill for your pole plant. Carving a turn, in our opinion, is the ultimate expression and achievement in the art of skiing. Angulation, with proper balance on your feet and skis, is a key part in carving turns. Although it can be used in any terrain, it is more difficult to carve under some conditions. For example, deep snow or inconsistent terrain, known as crud. In these conditions, it really helps to put more emphasis on the up and down motion while using subtle pole plants, keeping your hands farther out to the sides, relaxed and loose. However, in packed snow conditions, your hands should be kept out in front of you. You should always be able to see your hands.
Skiing is an unbeatable combination of freedom and adventure. Not only does it give us a good excuse to get away and have some fun, but also lets us enjoy Mother Nature at her very best. What better way to exercise and stay healthy than by breathing the fresh mountain air while enjoying the trip down the slopes? Skiing is a flowing motion, not a mixture of sporadic movements. Don't be discouraged if it takes a while to get your balance with a smooth rhythm and you take a few falls along the way. It happens to the best of us and brings new meaning to the expressions yard sale, face plant, and no one ever got hurt in the air. Give yourself plenty of time to master the fundamentals. Getting an image. GS turns when we first start out the day. Skiing on each ski or independent leg action. Keeping your chest in the fall line and eliminating all unnecessary moves. Anticipating with proper position of hands and pole plant. And carving your turns with a smooth flowing action. Try working on one thing at a time, and when you feel comfortable, move on to the next in relation to what you've already learned. To get a good image, follow a proficient or expert skier. With all the ski books and magazines available, and by watching instructors, ski races, films, and videos, you can reinforce your image by simply visualizing yourself skiing in place of the pros. It's such an exhilarating feeling when you're skiing high on a mountain on top of the world, and suddenly things begin to click, and you find yourself carving perfect turns almost instinctively. I hope we've left you with some positive and helpful images.